Howdy, it's Matt. Now I am using the iPad, so it's going to be a little bit shaky, but this is a impromptu quick video for the guys over on Facebook. I may publish this one on YouTube, but this is the X-UAV clouds. Now, I want to do the negative stuff first so that we can then get past that and move on to the good stuff. Now, the biggest negative is that. If you have a look, well, it's not really showing up well on the camera, but there's a whacking great big dent. Now, I did think that was on the bottom of the model, and no, in fact, it's actually on the top. We've also got dents in the wings as well. Not massive ones by any, it's not going to stop the model from flying or anything like that. And the reasons for that are down to one major reason and a secondary reason. The first reason is X-UAV did not box this model properly. If we think about the Mini Talon, that was extremely well boxed, like a double or triple skin box. This one turned up in a double skin box, and it was just not up to the job. The other party at fault here is Banggood for not spotting the model box itself was adequate enough, and they should have double boxed it. So, like I said, let's get the negative stuff out of the way so that we can now focus on the good stuff. Right. Let's focus on the good stuff. You ready for this? Look at the blooming size of that hold in there. It is absolutely mental big. Now, to give you a quick rough idea on dimensions, is that I did have a ruler somewhere. Pop it, you got a ruler? Thank you. Get my lovely assistant to pass that over. So that's a 12-inch ruler. And that fuselage is about 14 centimeters long, by inches long, should I say, by approximately 4 inches wide. And how deep? Oh, about 4 inches deep as well. Absolutely mammoth, great big hold. I do have an open question for anybody who's thinking about this model or got any suggestions. This little nose piece does pop out, and I do need to sort maybe a pan and tilt mechanism to go on the top of here. So if you've got any ideas what I can do for the top of this model to put pan and tilt on there, please do let me know in the comments section underneath this video. We also do have a secondary compartment here at the back as well. Absolutely bonkers. There isn't any hole to go through there. Oh, there is. I've just spotted it down there. Huge little hole down there to run our wires through. Yeah, absolutely monstrous. Now, the motor mounts, I already know from watching someone else's video on this that we do get these. I think it's an ABS plastic. Those do fit on the end there, and I'm trying like so. And I'm really glad that they haven't glued that on there. And the reason why I'm saying I'm really glad is because, number one, I'm going to use goop glue and sand out all these parts inside so we know that we get a really good key for those to mount up. If we turn her up the other way round, which is going to be a little bit tricky. Now, this fuselage is in two pieces, as you may have just seen. Let me pick this up. And it is a V-tail, and just dropped a bit on there. Oh, there you go. It's all going to come apart. Let's look at the size of the hold on that. And I am struggling here, so I did apologise in advance for this. So, sit that there. There we go. So this is the bottom. We do need to fit two components on there, which have just been and fallen on the floor. The quality of the foam is absolutely fantastic. Let me get this round the right way round, like so. So that does sit in there. There are nice little holes in here for everything to fit into. I do like that. That with some nice, well, decent quality glue on there, that is going to really stick in there very well. There are some bays here. Now, I did receive some really manky cut pieces to go on the bottom of here. It is, yeah, that stuff's like really horrible. I've still got it on my finger. I need to go and wash my hands because it is minging. We did get some woodwork as well. Moving around, yeah, really, really nice construction. I don't know if it's glass fibre or carbon fibre spar which we've got to install in here. Excuse the noise in the background. We've got the builder here at the moment. The wings, absolutely huge. Absolutely huge. I think that's just filled up the whole camera. Absolutely massive. On one of the ailerons, which is the other one, the seam here for the aileron isn't that big. Isn't that good. So I will be using blendum tape as I would have normally used anyway. But one of the ailerons wasn't that good. The control horns and the hardware which we get is absolutely fantastic. Real big, meaty ones. to say the least. It's you can see it's going to be one of those double screw through pieces for the actual control horn itself. The push rods are really thick. They're about 2 mil, 2.2 mil steel rods. Really nice. The V-tail and the back components. Now comparing this directly to a mini Talon, there is both sides of a V-tail. We got the servo mounting in there again, decent quality mounting pieces have been provided. I really do like them. But there's no carbon fiber support in the V-tail like we had on the mini Talon, so I'm a little bit surprised about that. They did it on the mini Talon, so why haven't they done it on this model? Not too sure. The foam quality is absolutely fantastic. The moldings come out really well on there, and it is shiny, but it's not like I had what was the Micro Sky Hunter, and that was really slippery where they used so much mold release on the model itself. It wasn't nice to handle. As far as stickers go, we get a load of stickers. There's another part of the bottom wing. Oh, a note on the wing, if I can just move these parts out of the way. And like I said, I am just using the iPad, so this is all a bit ad hoc. And that one thing which actually is my major dislike, and again, I can get over the dent on the top, is that I really do not like that they've been and glued this piece in. The reason being is I've just been and flexed this and it's starting to crack all the way along these edges. My personal opinion is that I only ever trust my gluing and nobody else's. So I may dig that piece out and re-glue it myself. I'm not happy about that at all. But that said, I could just run some CA glue down the sides and that would probably do it. There is a little hole underneath there for when the servo gets mounted in, so that you can run your servo lead all the way through. And again, another point here is that with this, if we had this in two parts, as you know that I always like to put my video receiver on one wing and the receiver on the opposite wing at maximum distance apart from each other. So my receiver may go in this wing, for example, and I still need to run 4 wires down through here. And again, if it was the video transmitter, again, it would be 4 wires too. So positive, negative, video and audio. Or if it was the receiver, it would be positive, negative, S-bus, and the RSSI link as well. I need 4 wires to bring through to the center of the model. Bit plywood came in the kit. Like I said, stickers. Yeah. As far as build time, frankly speaking, you'd have this built up and flying in a day, and that includes installing the vector, the motors, the electronics, and everything in here, to be honest. It's not a complicated build at all. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'd give it, what, a 4? Something like that, only because I would want to put the receiver and stuff out on the wing, so I need to do a little bit of soldering to do the wiring looms. But yeah, really straightforward. Really impressed with the kit so far. The only reservation which I've got in the back of my mind, and again, I'm just being honest with you here, is that I do somewhat feel the bottom area down here is not as thick as perhaps what it could be, but there is like a plastic cover underneath here. And also, if we think about this model, because I've bought this model with the intention of keeping it myself, is that I would want to cover it with laminate. Now, while the wings would be super easy to laminate, the same for the V-tail in the back as well. The fuselage, there is a lot of compound angles in here for us to work around, so that is going to be a challenge. Now, with that said, it's time for me to go. If you have any questions about the XUAV clouds, please just ask them in the comment section underneath this video. Remember, I bought this model out of my own cash, and it was also the model which you chose in a vote which we recently did over on YouTube. So if you have any questions, please just ask. And I am personally really looking forward to flying this model, because that wing cord is absolutely epic. It is going to be as floaty as my FX61 Phantom wing down there, that's for sure. So if we put the negatives aside about a couple of dents due to poor packaging, overall should be a really straightforward build. There's nothing complicated in this one, and I honestly believe that if I had a spare day, it would be built and flight worthy within that day easily, and that's even including the time for the glue to set as well, because there are quite a few components in here which need to be glued. But besides that, yeah, really happy. Really happy. I'm really looking forward to flying this one. Just need to sort out what I'm going to be doing with the nose area and the pan and tilt. Everything else, all dead straightforward. The motors have been arrived as well. And on that note, from myself, Matt, thank you ever so much for watching this episode, and I'll see you again shortly. Cheerios! Oh, and by the way, if you enjoyed this impromptu episode, like I said, this is recorded on the iPad just to be able to get this out before we do the fully edited unboxing. Do me a favour and hit the thumbs up button underneath. And on that note, from myself, Matt, and my noisy wife here in the background, which is dropping stuff, you should see her face right now. Any comments, honey?
You glared at me when I sneezed earlier. I felt that.
I did indeed. Naughty Matt. So from myself, Matt, and the far better half, Cheerios!